Right, hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, Warren's Team Talk. And today I'm absolutely delighted to finally have on my channel the Aussie Gooner. We've been talking about this for quite a while now, and we finally managed to get our act together and get it sorted out. So, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about what's going on at Arsenal and see why it is that we're, not, I think we're not being competitive, and I think Aussie Gooner feels the same. But I'm going to just pass you over to him now so he can say hello and introduce himself and all that sort of carry on. So over to you, mate.
Cheers for having me on, Warren. Really much appreciated, mate. Much appreciated. Seriously, I've been wanting to jump on your channel for a while, mate. I love your content, and to be honest, look, for me, I'm an Arsenal fan since '92, guys, out here in Australia, and I've seen this under George Graham. I've seen the highs, the lows, the lows, the lows, and the ultra lows, and I know it's fucked up. And I started off on YouTube this season mainly because I was fucking pissed off. One of the reasons was because I was pissed off at the lack of summer signings. And now YouTube stuck with me.
Fair play to you, man. So I've put links in the description of the video about how people can find you on Instagram and also on YouTube as well. So what sort of things do you normally do on your channel, Aussie Gooner?
Well, I'm usually doing previews, reviews, Arsenal games. I do a show called The Yarn, where I get a couple of panelists co-hosts to come in, and we chat this and that about Arsenal, generalized topics. It's let loose, free as a bird, say what you want, do as you please sort of thing. There ain't no rules on my channel. It's very not PG because I'm not PG. So we pretty much go at it on the yarn a bit. And to be honest, I might be doing a little bit more work in regards to transfers and such. I'm good at breaking down prospective players and how they'd fit into an Arsenal team. So I'm working on that. I'm going to try to start to bring that to the table as well, mate.
Cool. And we're hoping we might be doing a season preview video on my channel. Well, I'm going to do a season preview, and I'm going to see if I can get Aussie Gooner to come in and join for that. He may not be able to because he's a very busy man, but if he can, it'll be absolutely fantastic to have you on here, man. But anyway, let's see what happens.
Work it out.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got a few slides that I've put together, and let's just go through them. So where did it all start going wrong? Well, for me, it all started this man taking over the club. And we're going to look at why we think that is, because I think Aussie Gooner thinks the same about it as me. And well, he's the one I got the idea from. He sort of made me think about it. And then I thought, when I did start thinking about everything he told me, it just made perfect sense. Everything that's happened at the club since this guy's got his grubby little paws on it, it just now makes sense to me. I can understand why it's happened. Whereas before, I was getting really stressed about it, thinking, what the hell's going on? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And they just couldn't work it out. But now I've seen the light, and I've got it. I think I know what's happening. So for me, the issues are that there's a lack of experience across the whole management team, including Mikel Arteta. There's no accountability, pressure, or targets within the club. And then there's no desire for success at the highest level. And the senior management team, not one of them, in my opinion, is qualified or has the relevant, appropriate experience to do the job that they've been employed to do. And we'll come on to the why in a minute, but I just want Aussie Gooner to have his say about that.
Well, to be honest, you hit the nail on the head. Inexperience, left, right, and centre. And let's think about it this way, right? And I know we've got a couple of guys in the chat. Big up yourselves in the chat. Think of it this way, right? For a team as big as Arsenal Football Club to have that many inexperienced personnel, it can't be a mistake. It can't be. It's more of a desired effect. I mean, we got Mikel Arteta at the helm, doing the best he can do with the inexperience that he has. Do you know what I mean? We've got inexperience in senior management. There seems to be inexperience everywhere when it comes to football, when it comes to winning trophies and ambition. There's inexperience when it comes to that. But I know one place where there isn't inexperience, and that's revenue raising. That's one place where we're strong. So what can I say, guys? All these decisions, all these people that we see on the board, our manager, it all gets ticked off by one mob, and it's the mob that nobody's seeing at the Emirates.
Okay. So the question is, right, why is it like that? And for me, it's down to this fella because of his Machiavellian plans that he's got for the club, what he's trying to achieve. And I'm not 100% sure I know exactly what he's trying to achieve because I don't think anyone does, because that is inside his head. But I don't think he wants Arsenal to be successful. I really don't. What do you think, Aussie Gooner?
Well, I don't think he needs success, and the reason why he doesn't want success is because it's gonna have fingers pointed at him. Now, for us to be successful, we're going to need to start spending money. Money isn't an issue at Arsenal, but if we're to go and compete in Champions League, right, and not get royally shafted by Bayern Munich and the rest, then we're going to need investment, not just from Arsenal Football Club, but from its owners. And it's going to have to be decent investment year in, year out. Now, that puts the pressure on this mongrel, right, to spend year in, year out, maybe not have his hand in the cookie jar as much. So I think his ultimate plan is to keep Arsenal ticking in and amongst the top six, keeping us relevant, keeping us marketable, right? And all in all, at the end of it, his real scheme is to make sure the valuation of the club keeps on increasing. So the real reason why Kroenke's in at Arsenal is because my opinion is that you're never going to get a bank account as good as Arsenal, right? Where you can go in and purchase the company, purchase the club for about, £1.1 billion, only to have it almost double in the amount of time that you've owned it. Like, in 4 years, 5 years, almost double, almost get close to 2 billion. Now, that shit don't just happen overnight, and that's calculated. And I think his grand scheme is just let my money sit, let my money grow. Why should I change anything? And make sure that the emphasis isn't on spending. Make sure everybody thinks that this process is going to take time. The longer it takes, the longer he has with the interest rate that he has at Arsenal. I know it sounds horrible, but it's a dollars and cents world.
Exactly. And, I have a suspicion that he's waiting for the Super League to come in.
Oh, that's
because
happening.
I think it's going to happen. I do. I know the football supporters and everyone else managed to stop it from happening, but I don't think they're going to give up, and I think that's what they're waiting for. Because when that happens, the value of this club is going to skyrocket.
Oh yeah, but you see, the thing is, he's going to get a massive cash injection once he gets into the Super League. Doesn't mean he's going to stay there. But the first time he competes, there's going to be a lot of money that's going to come across to Arsenal. Now, that doesn't come to Arsenal. It comes to him. He's the owner. So he can do what he wants with it and pleases with it. So even if he hangs around for that big cash injection and then sells, it's a win-win. He doubles his money on his original investment. He gets a big cash grab from the Super League, and then he sells it to some suitor who can continue to profit off it. So he comes out tenfold, laughing all the way to the bank, and that's all he wants from Arsenal. It's all he's ever wanted from Arsenal was dollars and cents, and that's all he's getting.
Yeah, because he certainly isn't getting trophies sitting on his office table, is he? He's not sitting there with the Champions League trophy and the Premier League trophy and whatnot. He's not.
He doesn't even know what they look like, mate. He
No,
doesn't even know what they
exactly.
look like.
So see what some of these chats are saying. Let's have a look. So we got Craig Malloy saying hello to us, and he says the Nketiah deal shows a lack of ambition. 100%, mate. 100%. Afternoon chaps. Arsenal refused to move forward with the changes that were becoming apparent during the late 90s until now. Yeah, it's not to win trophies. Craig says it's not to win trophies because Stan Kroenke even said he didn't buy into Arsenal to win trophies. Yeah, 100%.
I remember
100%.
that.
Yeah,
that's scarred in here, mate. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. To me personally, says the assembled, the problem started when Anelka got sold for 23 million, clear profit. This one feat changed the entire club. Profit became priority. From that day onwards, the decline of Arsenal started then. Yeah, I can't say I disagree with you, mate. I really can't. Arsenal Alex says, morning, everyone. I hate my club with a passion. Now it's finished in every single department. Alex, mate, we've spoken about this at length for long.
Come on, mate. 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 Get back in the ring, mate. Get back in the ring. Get back in the ring. Stop fucking about, mate. It ain't done yet. It ain't done.
The only thing is, I'd say, listen to Aussie Gooner. Don't fucking give up. We just need to keep punching, and hopefully one day soon we're going to land a knockout punch, and that'll be it. Game over, and the bell will be ringing.
Yeah. Someone's bell anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's move on. And so this is I did this for a stream I did a few months ago now, about 3 months ago, I suppose. And it shows that Arsenal are the 8th most valuable football club on the planet. This was figures from 2021. And it says that Arsenal are worth £2.8 billion. It said we had a revenue of $430 million. I guess that's American dollars. And
it's all, the Forbes is all in American. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 2.8 billion turns into about 1.9 to 2 billion, guys. Pound.
Yeah. And then it also says that we've got an operating income of 47 million.
Fuck all, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck all, right? That is fuck all. Like, if everyone's doing the maths going, wait a minute, did he just say revenue of 430, operating of 47? Yeah, let's just round it up. Let's make the 47 fucking 50, put it on the fucking 430, right? That takes you down to a clean 380. Now, a clean 380 mil American, that takes you to about 310 million pound revenue. Remember, that's the money Arsenal make, ladies and gentlemen, because Arsenal are allowed to spend the money they make. Wasn't that what I heard before? Once upon a time, Arsenal can spend whatever they make. Well, how come we ain't fucking spent 300 million pound?
No, exactly.
How come 154? Is everyone balking at 154? Everyone balks at 154. Everyone balks at Thomas Partey came to the club, and then we spent another 154 million. That ain't shit. That is nothing. We can afford to spend 190 million pounds every single transfer window, and it won't even make a dent on the revenue. And that's a fact.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And it's reinforced by those figures. You can't get away from facts, can you?
No, dollars and cents, mate.
And this is like a table as well, showing the 10 most valuable teams in the world. And we're sat at number 8. And Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, and United are all above us. Most valuable is Barca, just a little bit more than Real Madrid, but it doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
Nah, that wouldn't surprise me either. Not those two. Those two teams have been massive for a while. Big spenders, though, very big spenders, and
because they've cornered as well, the two of them, the South American market.
Oh yeah, it's a
The
two. It's two teams really with Atletico in the mix once in a while. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Right, so let's move on. Right, so this guy. Now this show, this was for me highlights what I was saying earlier about no accountability, right? And it was back at the beginning of the season we've just finished, and he was in an interview with Jeff Shreves from Sky Sports. I don't know if you saw that interview, did you, Aussie Gooner?
No, I didn't actually. No.
No. Well, anyway, this guy from Sky Sports is like one of the top sports people on the channel. He turned around to him in this interview and said, if all the players fit, what do you think the squad should be capable of this season? Is it top 4? Is it top 6? What's realistic? He turned around, and when I heard this, if I'd been in control of the club, I would have sacked him on the spot. He said, I don't want to go for top 4 or top 6 or top 8 or top 10. I'm just really looking forward to seeing this squad play together. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone fit. For me, that is absolutely disgusting.
What a fucking wanker.
Yeah,
this fucking prick can go and get fucked. Because when I saw this fucking squad at the start of the season completely assembled after our signings, I said it on numerous channels. Everyone asked me, what are Arsenal capable? I said, Arsenal are a top 6 team. I'm looking at the squad. We're top 6 at best. Anything higher than that, and I'm telling you, that squad, those players are overachieving. Not Arsenal. The players are overachieving anything above 6, right? And this fucking prick is going to sit there with all his fucking genius and all his fucking wisdom. He's going to sit there and say, I just want to see him playing together. Sweetheart, this ain't Sunday League fucking football, and this ain't the under-10s, right, where you just want to see a young man fucking go out there and play some football and have a fucking bit of fun. Yeah, let him have some fun, but I need him to fucking get up and fucking get busy, get dirty, and start winning fucking trophies. And this fucking wanker's going to come out and say, oh, I'm not going to go and tell you where they're going to finish. No, what he should be fucking saying is, no, this squad's going to challenge for the Premier League. But because he's got no fucking ambition or a fucking clue what he's doing, he doesn't even know where this fucking team could finish because he's a fucking deluded cunt. Sorry, mate. I just can't stand the prick.
On. No, mate, listen, mate. You just fucking carry on, honestly.
I can't stand him.
No, I can't. And that for me, it says it all in a nutshell about this club. It really does, because I think that's disgusting how he can sit there and
be serious about it. Like, he's not taking a piss. Like, he's happy to say that and go on record saying that. You fucking wanker, you deluded prick. Your head is way too high up in the air, mate. Shit. Fucking hell.
It's just unbelievable. And then as soon as we secured qualification for the Europa League this season, i.e. before the Spurs game, at the end of the season, Arteta gets given his new contract. So that tells me that was the target. There was a target, and that's what it was, that he had to qualify for European football.
I'm not surprised, mate, because at the start of the season, again, not to toot my own horn, Football Capital and me sat down having a chat about this. He told me, he goes, what does Arteta have to do to stay at the club? I go, he has to finish within the top 8. That's what he has to do, and that's good enough for these guys. And he goes, are you serious? I go, I'm fucking dead on serious. Start of the season, it was fucking obvious what these pricks are doing. It's obvious. They're trying to fucking drag it out nice and slow. They're not in any hurry to get anywhere. That's why they hired this moron. Look at this. This guy hasn't, honestly, it's about qualifications. It's about fucking experience, Warren. That's why fucking Chelsea Football Club done so fucking well. Abramovich went out there and said, I want the best. I want the best sporting director, the best physio, the best managers available, the best, so I can be the best, so we can win. Arsenal Football Club are going out there and looking for the biggest fucking wankers out there. Yep, we'll give him a contract. Wouldn't know his head from his ass.
Because before I bumped into you saying what you were saying, I thought it was because they were hoodwinking him. I thought it was because they were hoodwinking Kroenke, like Edu, Vinay, all of them. I just thought they're giving him a load of bollocks and he's fucking buying it because he doesn't know anything about football. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that must be what it is. But then when I listened to you going on about what you thought, and I thought, no, this guy's fucking bang on the money. He knows what's going on. He's worked it out. He's seen through it. And you were fucking right, man. I'm so fucking grateful to you for fucking shining a light on it.
Oh, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
I appreciate that, mate. Look, if I sat there and talked about that conspiracy theory of mine earlier the season, everybody would think I lost the plot. It was only I had to wait a while before I could drop that one. And it wasn't on bullshit. It's on merit. So when I'm sitting here chatting about Cronky and about dollars and cents, it's on merit. And Forbes is not my only area that I look at the dollars and cents, but Forbes is easy to get to. I can name a whole bunch of different sites where I can get into the real nitty gritty of Arsenal and their dollars and cents. I just use Forbes as a quick and easy. And the way I saw it, and this is no shit, Warren, right? If I was the owner of a club worth about let's say £2 billion, round it up, right? And my net worth is about 7.8, right? 2 billion out of 7.8 is a fair fucking big chunk. Would I be clueless to the fact of what's happening with my $2 billion fucking business? I don't think so. I'd be fucking taking an interest. I'd be wanting to know what's going on because that's 2 billion. That's a big chunk. Cronky ain't an idiot. Idiots don't become billionaires. This guy knows what he's doing. And he's hired these guys, desired effect throughout the whole thing. And that's why he hired these yes men. Smile, laugh, and wear Armani. That's what they're all about.
Do you know how much he's worth, mate? Because I was trying to find
7.8 billion.
But Stanley Cronky and Josh, how much they're worth?
Not Josh. Josh is a spare tire. I don't count him. He's just a piece of shit. He was a mistake. You can see it. 7.8 billion. Stan Kroenke alone. Pound. Currently. Now that's going to increase. 7.8 as of now. 7.8 billion pound, but it's set to increase to about 8.1 in the next 2.5 months.
Fucking hell.
Right?
Jesus.
Arsenal's projected value will go up, and that 2.8 billion US will be 3 billion US in about 2.5 months, and that will mean Arsenal will be worth about 2.1 to 2.2 billion pound. And guess what, guys? He ain't spent a fucking cent except for just buying the club. Remember that. And the 4% that he's taken out of everyone else's fucking pocket to go and watch these fucking games, right? The extra 4 fucking percent.
Yeah. No, it is insane. It really is. Fucking hell. It is. And when I started looking into it after I heard you talking about it, I just thought, fucking hell, this is crazy. It's crazy. It really is. When you sit there, well, it's crazy on the level that if you're a supporter and you want the team to do well, it is. But if you're a businessman like him and you look at it from his perspective, it makes fucking sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Look, I'm telling you, it is the best bank account that no one else can get their hands on. Trust me. Mate, look, think of it this way, right? Arsenal's 2-year change, value change. Are you ready for this, guys? And I know I'm talking dollars and cents. I don't like this, but I work for a big American firm, guys. Their value change in 2 years, we went up by 23 fucking % in 2 years. You tell me which account you guys can get at a bank right now that will give you 23% on your dollar. You find me that place and I'll fucking invest right now. That's what Stan Kroenke's done at Arsenal. And he's laughing straight to the bank, the fucking prick.
He is, and the Hillwoods, Assemble says the Hillwoods got our ass out of Arsenal with a tidy profit. The Cronkies are investing their money to get maximum value out of each pound they've spent on, and they are doing exactly what they bought Arsenal for.
They doubled their money already, buddy. They've already doubled their money.
So, it is quite depressing, when you see the likes of Abramovich and the owners at United not so much United, but certainly at Liverpool, doing what they're doing, because Liverpool are operating on a similar model to us.
Liverpool got lucky, right? And this is the thing, right? Liverpool are working with the same model that we do. That's right. But Liverpool have gotten their version of Arsene Wenger in Jurgen Klopp. The similarity, look, I'm not saying as good. I'm just saying the similarities. Being able to go and pick a diamond out of a rough for cheap money, recruiting well, right? Recruiting cheap, selling well, buying well. That's what Jurgen Klopp is doing. That's Arsene Wenger. That's what he did for Arsenal. So when everyone then goes, look at Liverpool doing same situation. No. That's Arsene Wenger days. This is their Arsene Wenger. He leaves, Liverpool fall on their face purely because he's got talent. The guy's good at picking a diamond out of a ass. Look at Diaz, for God's sake. What a fucking great signing. Diego Jota, great signing. Mane, great signing. Every signing he's made has been worth every penny. He knew what he was buying. And that's, like I said, Liverpool are in a position now with their version of Arsene Wenger, and good on them. Let them be successful. They deserve it for being, 20 years before they did anything. You know, they had to wait 20 years, but they got there finally. And now's their time. Those days are well and truly behind us, mainly because we're not going to be getting anyone with any sort of real resumes to take over this club.
Exactly. So we're going to move on now to the next one. And so the question is like, Arsenal were formed in 1886, not 1996, and like England's most successful football club. So why? Why is it like this? And it goes back to him again, because he recruited Edu. All these people in these positions, they've got one thing in common, in my opinion, is the fact that they've got no experience and they're not remotely qualified to do the job.
That's right. And you know what? What you do is you surround yourself with idiots and play them like puppets. That's what you do. He's not looking for success. He's just looking to increase the value, guys. He hired Edu, Vinay. Arteta came in. You're telling me he didn't overlook that? He knew what he was getting. He knew he needed a novice, someone that couldn't push the buttons. Ragnick came out for Man United. Guys, I don't know if you guys saw it. Ragnick came out. He was in front of the press, and they were asking him, did the January window hurt you? Did you not want any players? He said, I went to the board. I asked them if we can get some loan players. They said no. They asked him why. He said, they asked him, did you ask why? He said no. They simply said no. So he came out and called out the owners. Unai Emery did the same thing. The difference is Ragnick is going to be there because they need him. Unai Emery did it and he was thrown under a bus. Mikel Arteta can't do it because he ain't built up enough clout. He hasn't been around for long enough. He ain't no big manager. He ain't nothing special. So he's going to shut the fuck up. Do as he's told. And you can't blame him. I can't blame Arteta for taking the job of Arsenal. And I can't blame him for being a stooge.
No, exactly. Because if someone offered me a job where I was going to earn £8.5 million a year, I know what the answer would be.
You say, if you think I'm good enough to do it, I'm going to come and do it. That's what you're going to do, right?
Yeah. And
if the fans aren't happy with it, well, boo-hoo for you. That's just the way it is. And for everyone that's Arteta in, Arteta out, I was saying it to Warren before in a conversation. It's simple. If anyone has ever heard of the phrase divide and conquer, because guess what? They divided everyone in the fan base and got you guys all thinking about the novice, the apprentice. Go talk to the boss. Go talk to the boss because he's the one who told him to build that cabinet wrong. Trust me. That's what they've done. And they've divided everyone. Oh, I'm Arteta in. How could you be Arteta out? Wake the fuck up. It's this prick who's playing the strings on everyone out there. Wake up. I know It's the big picture. It's hard. But this is the guy that's the problem. Him, his whole family, the whole lot.
No, exactly. 100%, mate. So here we go. This is the famous quote. And when he when he bought into Arsenal, he turned around and said, I didn't buy Arsenal stake to win trophies. And me, that was a massive, massive red flag.
It's a big fuck off, is what it is. And I think everybody in the comments now can understand that this is what it's about.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. It's a big fuck off. That's what that is. That's a big fuck off. I'm coming and doing what I want. There's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly. And it's, for me, it sums it all up in a nutshell.
Tell me about
You
it,
know, because he clearly doesn't want Arsenal to be successful on the pitch. He doesn't. So in April 2011, this is what I found out yesterday. Stan Kroenke achieved a full takeover of Arsenal Football Club. He'd been in and around the club before then, but then this is when he finally got full control. All right?
After Usmanov, yeah. That's
There's a reason why that's black. That's the
desired effect.
Exactly. So, and now we're going to look at Arsenal's performance since he took control of the club, right? So there's him lifting the Super Bowl trophy. A couple of years ago now, I think it was, wasn't it, mate? They won the Super Bowl.
Oh, mate, honestly, I don't even look. I just, anything to do with this bloke, I don't want to know. Hey, you know, Super Bowl, fuck it. NFL, fuck it. As soon as I know that he's involved, the only problem is he's with Arsenal. I love the club too much. I don't actually know. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So since he took control, this is our performance season to season. So 2011-12, we finished third in the league, and we never won anything else. Next season, we finished fourth. The year after that, it was fourth. Then it was third, then second, then fifth, then sixth, then fifth, and then we had an eighth, and a fifth. So, and if we look at the points we got and the gap to the leaders, you can see that it's been in excess. Nearly every single season, it's been well in excess of 10, 20, and on one occasion it was over 40 odd points gap between us and the winners. And I'm sorry, but that's not acceptable in my opinion. No. We've won a few FA Cups along the way. We got to a Europa League final and a semi-final, but that's about it, really. I mean, is there anything you want to say about that, Aussie Gooner?
Well, to be honest, for Kroenke, that's a success. It is. It's an absolute success for him. For us fans, it's abysmal. Don't get me wrong. I love the FA Cup. But I want the FA Cup and I want to challenge for the Premier League. And we haven't really challenged for the Premier League since, let's be honest, 2006 and 7. That's a fact. I'm real quick, guys. I just want to tell you one thing. In 2012, we were worth 1.3 billion. We're now worth 2.8. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
When was that the first figure that you said, Aussie Gooner?
2012, 1.3 billion. That's what Arsenal were.
In 2 years, it's almost doubled.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, good, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there you go. So that's what he cares about is the pounds, shillings, and pence. That's what he cares about, man.
God, mate. I swear to God. It's no shit. It's 1.3, 2.8. It's doubled and then some. So, but anyway.
Yeah. Then look at this, right? This is our record, our trophy haul, in comparison to the other, traditional Big Six clubs since he took over, right? We've won 4, Liverpool have won 7, United have won 4, City have won 13, Chelsea have won 11, and Tottenham haven't won any, right? So that tells its own story. Like, the City, Chelsea, and Liverpool are like well ahead of us.
Even United. Every single one of those teams that you've stated, they've got one number that I'm really interested in, and it's under the box that says EPL.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm jealous of. Just to have one, for me, I'm jealous.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's only us and Spurs who haven't won one since he's been here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's fucking abysmal. It's abysmal. We don't challenge for the league anymore. We're not even in there. We're in there to make up numbers, it sometimes feels like. Seriously.
Exactly. And I can't see it changing anytime soon either. That's the problem.
No,
and then look at the Champions League as well. Chelsea won 2, Liverpool won 1. There's Super Cup triumphs for Liverpool and Chelsea, World Club Cups as well for Chelsea and Liverpool, and big fat 0 next to Arsenal's name.
Oh, yeah. United even got the Europa League, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know.
The Jose. Yeah, and the Jose, yeah. Fuck me dead, mate. So this is okay for them, like for the owners. It's not good enough for us. Not one Arsenal fan is happy with that. Every single Arsenal fan out there is ambitious, but their judgment is clouded. That's what it is. Their judgment's slightly clouded.
So we go on now to the novice, okay?
Yeah.
And just in case anyone's in any doubt about his performance, because a lot of people out there seem to be bit confused about it. I think is the nicest way of putting it. So the top bit of that shows you what his record has been in the Premier League, and then below it we've got his record of the FA Cup, the League Cup, and his European record. But I don't think that they give a damn about it, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I think they don't care less about whether he finishes first, 10th, 15th, 18th, whatever. I just don't think they're interested. They're interested in is what's on the balance sheet. That's what
it's all about the P&L, the profit and loss. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's all P&L. It is. Like, look at this, like 8th and 5th. To be perfectly honest, this is Arsenal Football Club. That looks like Everton to me.
Yeah, exactly. And they by the skin of their teeth avoided relegation this season. And to be perfectly honest with you, I know people are going to think it's pretty mad, but if we carry on the way we are, that'll be us in a few years.
Well, every team is going to strengthen. We're going to strengthen ever so slightly. We're not going to stay weak. We're going to try to add a little bit to our mix. But if other teams get really serious and we continue on this path, we could be a mid-table 11th or 12th finish team. We could be, sitting there where Newcastle's sitting right now. You know what I mean? And that could be our life from here on in. Zero ambition means we're not going to be climbing a ladder.
I mean, do people seriously think that Newcastle, for example, with all the money that they've got, I mean, they can blow any of us out of the water just like that. No question.
They've been tied into buying Neymar, the only English team that can actually make a real bid for Neymar.
Yeah, I saw a thing the other day. They were talking about bidding $1 billion for Messi.
Well, I'm honestly hearing that Paris Saint-Germain are happy to look at to take on anyone any suitors looking to buy Neymar. They look at him as someone they can sell now because of the Mbappe deal, I think. And the only English team that can actually come in there with a decent bid is Newcastle.
There you go. And, there we are. We're sitting there offering Eddie Nketiah a 5-year deal. And we've given El Neni a 1-year extension. Now, don't get me wrong. I think El Neni is a good pro, and I think he works hard and all the rest of it, but he's not good enough.
It's true, but at the same time, right, realistically, I look at El Neni and it goes, he's only had 7 good games. How many games has he had all fucking season then?
Well, exactly. That's the thing. He's hardly played.
He's hardly played. So when he has played, he's been a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. Everyone that looks at El Neni, 2 steps back, El Neni's supposed to sit on the bench. What's the big deal about having a player who can play centre back, play centre mid or CDM on the bench when you need him for rotation? There's nothing wrong with that. Every team has a player like that. If if Arsenal fans right now want a FIFA fucking squad, it's not going to happen. Right now, you know what we should be worried about as Arsenal fans? The first starting 11. We can sort out the starting 11 where it's somewhere respectable then we'll talk about who's on the bench and be picky about the bench. But if we don't even have a good starting 11, let's not be fussy of who's sitting on the bench. But seriously, it's not worth it. We need a decent starting 11.
Because you can't have a good bench unless you've got a good starting 11.
Precisely.
You can't. Because otherwise, the ones that are on the bench will be starting.
Exactly. Precisely. So it's like, El Nenny's not good enough. Fine, let's go get Donny van der Beek and put him on the bench. Is that what you reckon's going to happen? No. We can do better. Yes, we can do better. Your midfield at the moment isn't good enough, right? Yeah, so let's fucking not worry about the bench. Let's worry about the starting line, because I think everyone should understand that El Neni is a bench player. He's for rotation. That's it.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Anyway, so in total, this is his record across all competitions, right? He's had 140 games. He's won 77 of them. He's drawn 24, lost 40. The club has scored 228 goals, conceded 142, which is a difference of plus 86.
Yeah.
That equates to 255 points, a win percentage of 55%, and points per game of 1.82. So you can draw your own conclusions from that. But for me, I'm sorry, I don't think that's good enough.
None of it is, mate. None of it is. No. Not for Arsenal Football Club. Not for Arsenal.
No.
But for a novice, I could say that's pretty good. That's the other thing. For a guy with this much inexperience, he's not doing too bad as an inexperienced manager. For Arsenal Football Club, it's not good enough. But hey.
Well, the thing is, though, what you have to say about him is that he is marketable.
Oh yeah, walking around in Armani.
He looks good he dresses well, and
they sold him too. You see, just like they sold the name of the stadium. They were using him as a misfit for fucking Armani.
Well, exactly, and this is what it's about, because lots of supporters like the fact that it's like that he looks like that, he dresses like that. It's important to them. For me, I couldn't give a shit if the manager was a fucking street drinking, bloody 6 foot long beard and fucking roaring at people on the touchline. I couldn't give a shit. As long as they're winning, I don't give a damn. Do you know, if he's sitting there and he's wearing clothes that are ripped and torn and all the rest of it, I couldn't give a shit. What I want is the club to be successful. Do you know what I mean?
Understood.
But I can understand why they like having a coach like that, because he's marketable. He looks good in photos, and he looks, it adds to their marketability and all the rest of it.
Of course, but it's all a facade, mate. All a facade. Absolute facade.
Exactly. So the question is, does he really want Arsenal to be successful? Now, for me, that sort of depends on your interpretation of what successful is. If it's on the pitch, I don't think he gives a shit. Whether it's like in the financial standpoint, I think that's something completely different. I mean, what's your take on it, Aussie Gooner?
Well, in the financial standpoint, he doesn't need Arsenal to be successful. If they are successful, then it's going to cost him money, because that means Arsenal are going to have to spend more money to stay successful. So in a business plan, no, it's not good for Arsenal to be too successful, because it will cost me more money. As a businessman, as somebody who has ambition and wants to win things, it's the exact opposite. Now, I think we all know what he wants to do, right? Is make more money. So in his plans would be to finish third and fourth and third and fourth and fifth and sixth. And that's good enough for him. As long as all the sponsorship deals keep coming in, and as long as he can keep on jacking up the prices of the tickets, he's jumping for joy. And as long as everybody's too busy overshadowing the issues that he has and keep worrying about the manager. To be perfectly honest, right? And there's been a few comments here. To be perfectly honest, England misses. Take it easy, Khan. Look, so look at this. Look, pay cut during it. the pay cut of 12% during COVID, right? Notice that Mesut Ozil was one of the guys that said, no, I'm not doing that, right? They cut costs like you won't believe. They even got rid of the fucking Gunnosaurus. What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke, right? Because they're just trying to make dollars and cents. There was another comment up here that I saw, and I think it was coming from Manny. And Manny himself was saying that, he's talking about the fans, talking about how the fans can see that Kroenke is the problem, but they can't get rid of him. Now, Manny on that, dude, and the assembled were talking was with him as well. I'm watching that. On that, right? Do you guys want change? Everyone in the comments, do you guys want change? Seriously, do you guys want to see things change? Imagine if I give you the easiest solution. The easiest one. Simple as fuck. You don't even have to work hard. You just got to go to the games. So if you go into the games, right, and you've got your ticket, good on you. Well done. You want to go watch Arsenal. But you want change, right? This is how you do it. You ready? Here's the answer. You love it. Arsenal is a big marketing hub. I'm pretty sure everybody in the comments gets it. Feels it, hates it, right? The best thing you can do is taint the marketing hub. So we're all sponsored by Adidas, Emirates, you name it. How about this? And I know this for a fact. If you tarnish one of our sponsors like Adidas, they're not going to be very happy. They're not going to want to spend any more money with Arsenal. So how do we do that? Simple. 20,000, 10,000, 50,000, 60,000. The chant is, fuck you, Adidas. Fuck you, Adidas. Fuck you, Adidas. Live TV, Premier League. Next time, it can be another sponsor. Fuck the Emirates. Fuck the Emirates. Not the Cronkies. Forget the Cronkies. No, they can stay at home. They won't get any. You don't have to give them any sort of look. But just swear and burn and give their sponsors a hard time. You do that, I guarantee you'll see change. You know where the change will be? I'll be looking at the figures and I'll give you the change in figures because that's when our value will drop. And that's when Cronky's going to jump. I know it for a fact. I'll put money on it if you guys do that. And that's a fact. That will work and it's easy. And you explain one thing to me. How many stewards are you going to need to get 15,000 people or 20,000 people at the Emirates if they decide to chant that? Ain't going to fucking happen. That ain't going to fucking happen.
Exactly. And listen, everyone, remember what happened when the Super League was going to kick off and what the United fans did. The United fans, they bombarded Trustpilot, Google reviews with negative stuff about the club and about the sponsors. And what did the sponsors do? They went to United telling them, you need to sort this out. We're losing money hand over fist because of what you're carrying on. And lo and behold, United acted. They changed their approach, started spending big and it all turned round.
You got to hit them
on the pitch yet, but they changed their policy about buying and players and so on and so forth. That's why they got Ronaldo and they made all these other big name signings. Because if that hadn't have happened, it wouldn't have happened.
It would have continued.
Sorry?
It would have continued. The fans would have continued being disgruntled.
Yeah,
their image would have been so tarnished, it wouldn't have been funny. And that's what it's about. And trust me, tarnishing the image is what's going to bring our value down. And that's what's going to get the Cronkies out. Once the fucking interest rate goes down, trust me, they'll get rid of the club. They will get rid of the club. Trust me on this, guys. Like I said, I work for a big American firm and not a bad one. They know how to do business. And that's why I know this shit will work. It'll take time, but it'll work perfect. Trust me, you guys will love it.
I wanted to throw this in as well because it sort of adds fuel to the fire for me. Unai Emery was at the club for one season, give or take a few games. He got sacked sort of midway, like sort of the beginning part of the next season after this one. His only season at the club, he finished 5th. And he achieved more points. He got one more point in that season than Arteta did this. But he also got the club to a European final and was in a hair's breadth of getting the club into the Champions League. If you look at that table, we were 3 points if we'd won another 3 points, we would have been in third, right?
Mm-hmm.
We lost the game at home because Granit Xhaka gave away a penalty. When we went to that Europa League final as well, it's everyone I know believes that the players down tools in that final to get him the sack. So you have to ask yourself the question, why did that happen? And I know that you and I have had conversations about this before, Aussie, and I'm firmly of the opinion that Kroenke doesn't want to qualify for the Champions League.
No, he doesn't. Why would he want to do that? I mean, look, if he was to qualify for the Champions League, he's going to get all this money. Fucking bullshit money. Bullshit money. He qualifies for the Champions League, he gets, what, £30 million? Is it about that? 30, 35? Give or take? 30, 35 million. What kind of player can you buy with 30 or 35 million? You know who you'll get? Sweet fuck all. For you to be able to compete in the Champions League, you need to be buying players worth anywhere between 60 to 70 million. Give or take. You know what I mean? And if you get a diamond in the rough, you're laughing. So what the fuck is qualification going to do for me if I can't, and I'm only going to get a small cash injection? They don't want to gamble. I'll take it easy, Khan. Cheers, mate. To be perfectly honest, they don't need to jump into European football, right? And I swear to God, facts, Manny, facts. Shit. They don't need to jump into the Champions League and put pressure on themselves to have to keep on spending. You get me? And then you know what happens? Listen to this, right? Imagine we go to the Champions League, we get in there, and we don't compete. What's going to happen with the fans? They're going to be fucking shitty, aren't they? They're going to be pissed off. It's going to be Bayern Munich 101 all over again. So now they've got to fucking deal with the fucking uproar. They don't want to do all that. It's too much pressure. This way, it's easy.
Exactly, because it would be a nightmare scenario for them because the fans would be pissed off. There'd be loads of uproar at the games. People may stop buying the merch. There'll be, fans will be really riled up, and what they want is the focus to be taken away from them, and they want us fighting amongst ourselves, which is what we've got at the moment. That is what they want.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah, exactly. And the other problem with us being in the Champions League, in order for us to be competitive, we could not do that using the business model we're using at the moment, i.e. self-sustaining, because we don't make enough money through our operating costs to be able to spend 70, 80 million pounds on 4 or 5 players. We don't.
Well, you know what? We do. But that's only if Stan stops taking money out of Arsenal.
Well, that's true. And
so if he stops being a selfish pig and leaves the money for Arsenal, we could be. But the fucking mongrel won't, will he? No. Why would he want to do that? Give me some cash. Give me some cash. Yeah. He wants his dividends. That's what he wants. Fucking bastard.
In order for us to be able to be competitive, he would have to take money that he wants for himself and use it for the club. And as Ozzy said, he's not going to do it. He ain't. It's just not going to happen. Yeah. So this is why I believe, and I know that Ozzy thinks this as well, that he doesn't want to qualify for the Champions League. And I'm starting, the more I think about it, the more I feel that those games against Spurs and against Newcastle, I'm wondering whether we threw them. I really am.
Down tools. It looked like it, didn't it?
Down tools or fucking, there was a deliberate effort made to make sure that we didn't win the game. Whether it was downing tools or whether it was, not setting up the team properly or what it was, because those performances were awful.
The Newcastle one was a shock. That one there, to me, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that's... I was upset with the players, the way they performed. The more and more I think about it, I go, these guys, come on now. You guys have got better than that. But at the end of the day, we can't prove anything. We can't prove much. But what I do know, what I can prove, is the profits in this company, in this club, and how our shitty season non-successful, has been profitable. That's what's fucked about it. That's what's fucked.
Exactly.
Yeah, the assemble just put one up there. He's just like, yeah, totally agree. Yeah, mate. He'd be exposed to lack investment. Yeah, fucking oath, mate. Fucking oath. You'd be bloody exposed, and that's what he doesn't want. He doesn't want none of us to see his lack of ambition. The mongrel, mate. Spot on, mate. Big up yourself, mate.
Because he doesn't want any attention put on him.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Stay in the back, collect your money, and nobody gets to see you do it. And all in all, I throw Arsene Wenger. Whoops, no. I throw Arteta out to the fucking wolves. You know what I mean? Just keep doing that. Tarnish Arteta. Tarnish Wenger. All in all, I look great. Seriously.
Exactly. And this has been a recurring theme back through the last 20-odd years of the club. Like the manager has had to stand out front taking all the shit while the owner's just been in the background going, yeah, you go and chat to the media. You go and deal with the fans.
Yeah.
Let them come at you. I'm not dealing with it. And
exactly.
As I remember, there was that AGM at the club. And
used to do them. Yeah.
He was sat there and he didn't say a word.
And he won't.
Yeah, and he won't because the less that he has to say, the less that can be pinned on him. I remember I used to have this boss, right? And he used to say to me, Warren, don't write anything down because if you write stuff down, you're going to be held accountable for it.
That's right. Exactly. That is 100%. I've got a situation now at work. But yes, exactly. When you write something down, you send something out, anything like that, you are now held accountable to it. It's all you. He sits there, shuts the fuck up. That means he didn't say a word. He's no worse off than what he was when he came in. He just sits there, cops it, and walks out and says, ha, 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 laughing straight to the bank. You fucking prick.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why he doesn't. That's why he's got this reputation for being silent Stan, because he doesn't want anything pinned on him.
No, that's right. That's right. Spot on. Spot on, mate.
Yeah. So, this, to be honest, is a bit irrelevant. I don't know even know that well that's in there, but it just highlights for me, again, that they had a top manager, but they didn't back him. You got one there who's spent nearly £250 million, and the other one didn't get the backing he wanted. He wanted this player, he wanted that player, and he wanted someone else, and they wouldn't allow him to have it. And I think he was used as a stopgap. They couldn't get Arteta when they wanted him, so they brought this fella in just to bide over time until they got the one they wanted.
And you know what? And you know what? That's a very good point. And you know what's funny? If you look in the comment, there's one of the boys there's actually put up the same sort of thing that you're thinking. I'm telling you, fucking great minds think fucking alike. Bloody hell, Manny. Question, look at that. If Emery had finished fourth and or won Europa League, would Kroenke have sacked him knowing,
Exactly. And I think the players got told to down tools. I'm convinced of it. I'm sure that the senior management were in on it.
It looks like it. I'm telling you, if they dig it up, right, this could be fucking huge, because it looks too blatant. Do you know what I'm saying, mate? It looks. I think me and Manny can see it. So yeah, it looks blatant. Everything that's been happening looks so fucking blatant. It's a fucking. There's a shambles and then there's this. This is so fucking desired effect. Like fucking hell.
It's huge though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the fucking outcry there would be if it all came out that what we're saying is 100% correct, or even if 90 or 80% of it is.
Mate,
jeez. So again, we come back to this question: why has it been like this? And it comes back to him. He is the one. We go on about this manager, that manager, whatever. It doesn't matter. The guy sitting there in the picture, Mr. Stanley Kroenke, is the one we need to be focusing on. And the thing is, I firmly believe, mate, if he suddenly had a fucking Lazarus moment, he had a moment where like it all become abundantly clear to him that Arteta wasn't the man, and he came in the next morning and said, "Right, Mikel, I want to see you in my office. I'm sorry, this isn't working out. We're going to terminate your contract as of this evening." Right?
Yeah.
And then they went and recruited someone else.
Yeah.
I've got no confidence that he wouldn't appoint Per Mertesacker.
Fucking him or Sean Dyche.
Yeah, exactly. Someone who he can deal with in the same way that he's done with Mikel Arteta. And ideally, they would fit the same profile. Someone with no experience. Someone who's a yes man. Someone who he can control. All right? Because if he appointed, say, Diego Simeone, mate, it would be fucking World War III.
Oh, fuck
Simeone wouldn't take this shit.
Simeone would have flown to fucking America, knocked on his fucking door and punched him in the face.
Exactly.
You know, or he'd do a Gattuso. It'd just be like Gattuso. Like, he wouldn't be talking. He'd be swinging. You know,
exactly.
Fucking hell.
And that's what he doesn't want.
Shit.
He doesn't want a manager that's going to give him problems.
Fucking mate, I'm telling you. Look, the Assembled put up a decent comment. Look at this. Look, the Holding sending off. Yeah.
Did you see the Holding sending off? Arteta saw what Holding was doing and didn't tell him to calm down. He didn't even mention Holding's behaviour. Remember that the players do what he's asked him to do. Exactly.
Yeah. Why didn't he pull him up and say, stop what the fuck you're doing? Now, we all know in that game, right? Assembled, I know you've seen it. G'day, Teeb. How you going, mate? All good? But we all know. Oh, cheers, mate. Big up. We all know, and I'm pretty sure every one of us knows that Holding was told to go out there and do a job on Son, right? We could see it, right? Look, I've played the game, so I know, and I know what he's doing because I've been told to do that, and I loved it. To be honest, I love doing a number on a player. But the thing is, when you get into card trouble as a defender and the ref is at you going, that's the second time, that means the third time you're fucked, right? That's when the manager comes up and he doesn't even say nothing to you. You know what the manager does? Usually the manager will look at you and just go, all that, just down, all that. In other words, slow your roll, calm the fuck down. And that's what you do. All right, boss? Calm down. There was no fucking nothing from Arteta. Big up, Assembled on that one. No, nothing. Nothing was changed. He left him out there to continue doing what he was supposed to do. That's why when Holding came off, he's doing this. He knows what he did, but he's like, well, I don't know. No one told me to stop. So.
Exactly. And, you know, that game, I'm sure that was the game, I can't remember now, but I'm sure it was the game that afterwards Arteta made that comment about, I can't say what I think because if I do, I will be suspended for 6 months.
Yeah.
That was the one, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's playing the Mourinho card. No, you can't do that. Mourinho used to talk a lot of shit, right? He used to talk a lot of shit. Sometimes it was okay. You, on the other hand, get stuffed. You had nothing. You want to talk? Tell us the truth. Why the fuck didn't you take Holding off or at least tell him to stop being a dickhead?
Exactly. And, you know, it's just fucking... I just get so annoyed about it, mate. I really do, because for me, it's holding the club back. 100%. 100%.
Mate.
You know, but what can you do?
Mate,
so
we're fucked right now. That's what we are.
So now we're talking about. I want to talk about his man management. So he's proven himself to be an absolute numpty, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. He's made his mistakes. Fucking, he's made plenty of them. Plenty.
Yeah.
Thinned out the fucking squad. Made sure we had no depth whatsoever. Desired effect. Didn't make any signings in fucking January when you fucking weakened the shit out of the squad. And then you ran a ragged fucking squad down to the end of the season, and we're wondering why the fuck, you know, we had problems with injuries and we had problems with their lack of depth on the bench. Well, fuck. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, where did he go? William Saliba, where did he go? Guendouzi, where did he go? We got rid of Rob Holding as well, right? And those are and there's a couple of players. I'm not even talking about getting rid of Aubameyang for fucking free,
Oh,
right? Instead of putting him on the fucking bench, right? Yeah. He goes to Barca, and what's he doing there? He's doing bits, right? And now what are we doing? We're in bed trying to get Memphis Depay from Barca, right? Why are we doing that? When they just picked up our fucking striker and replaced him. Like, seriously, some of the stupidity that I'm seeing from this guy when it comes to our squad, it's beyond me. But if I can see it and Warren can see it, you can't tell me Edu and Vinay can't report this to the fucking big man Stan Kroenke. Come on. Fuck. Come on.
I mean, he must be surely, even if you didn't know anything about football, right? If you own a multi-billion-pound business, that means you have to have people working under you, which means that you have to deal with issues. I do not believe that any single person who doesn't manage people hasn't had situations or issues with their staff. I just don't believe it. Mate, I've managed staff before in the past, and I fucking hated every minute of it, right? Because, you know, the trouble is, as soon as something starts going wrong, there's an issue. And it's really, really difficult thing to do to be able to manage people properly. And it's not something that everyone can do. And I would much rather sit there dealing with clients, customers, or whatever, than having to deal with staff. I find it much easier.
Oh, you work to your strengths. You work to your strengths, Warren. Me, I manage a teams. And to be honest, I don't mind doing it. So the thing is, managing a team, staff, players, whatever it may be, everyone has their own character, and it's about working to their strengths. So you work out their character, understand how they interact. You understand what their strengths are, and then it's about the balance of trying to get the best you can from them whilst supporting them at the same time so they can do their best. It's a sweet science, and I've been doing it for a while now, and I don't mind it. I actually enjoy it. But I look at this idiot, and I look at this idiot. He's got no skills, mate. Like, seriously, you don't have to fall out with everyone. I'm the boss. Look at me. I'm the boss.
They fixed that. But the problem is, when people start misbehaving, that's when it becomes a problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, these are all the people he's had rucks with or fallen out with. I mean, I've never known a manager fall out with so many different people or have rucks with so many different people. Look at it. It's unbelievable. It's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's a squad and a bench.
Yeah, exactly. And then from that, I was able to put this team together. I mean, the fact that I was able to put a fucking team out on a pitch of people that he's upset
and a bench
or wound up, it's just unbelievable. And there's still players left over. I mean, to me, that says that fucking club, when he walked in the door, was like fucking off the scale, fucking revolutionary, or he has got a serious attitude problem.
Yeah, I think the problem
probably a mixture of both.
The problem with Mikel Arteta is he wants to walk around like he's the big dick in the locker room, right? Now, the problem here is you can't be the big dick, because to be the big dick, you need to have won some fucking trophies and shown that you're someone special, right? That's just the way it is, just in a nutshell. Now, when you got players like Aubameyang, who's been successful, he's been prolific, who's been a goal scorer, he's been everything, right? It's going to be pretty hard for you to sit there and start charging at him and telling him how, what, when to do. But the idea is you don't have to go in there hard and fucking tell him, oh, you're this, I'm the manager, fuck you. No, you sit him down on the bench for a while, and you sit there and you manage him. Look, we got to work together with this. We have to have the best intentions for the club. Let's work together. This is a team. I'm part of the team too. I wish I was on the pitch, but I'm not. You got to show that you're in it together. But if you're going to come around like you're some sort of fucking dictator like bloody Hitler, Well, you know what's going to happen? People are going to fucking revolt. And that's why we've lost some good players. And that's why players like Saliba don't want to come back. Even fucking Bellerin is saying, I don't want to come back. Torreira wouldn't have wanted to come back either. Arsenal has been a club that players don't want to return to. And that's a fact.
Well, then, see, that's the thing. Like, all these players that are contracted to the club but yet are out on loan, I don't know that there's one who wants to come back.
Nah,
they've had their time away from him, and yet they don't. Now they want to don't come back. But this also has an impact on our transfer activity in the summer.
Lack of.
Yeah, because when we go in, say we're going in for Memphis Depay, right? He's in the same fucking squad as Aubameyang. What do you think's going to happen? He's going to go to Pierre and go, Pierre, what's the crack with Arteta? What do you think Aubameyang's going to say to him?
Fuck that. He's going to say, what are you fucking doing?
Exactly. He ain't coming.
I was over there and I couldn't score a fucking goal. I came over here and I'm scoring for fun. Now, if you look at Memphis Depay right now, there's a reason why he's for sale. And if Arsenal are actually thinking about getting him, this is the fucking biggest stupid move I've ever seen. So I hope we don't do that. That's fucking shit spend. But Memphis ain't going to want to come over. Saliba doesn't want to come back. Arsenal is looking tainted right now. Very much a tainted team, you know, and not many players are going to be attracted to the team and or the management. And that's a desired effect though, because that means we ain't going to have to spend massive.
No, exactly. And that was going to be my next
deals. Point. Yeah.
Who is it that ultimately is allowing all this bullshit to carry on? Because it isn't Arteta.
No.
All right? And this is his goal scorer. We'll come back to this in a minute. It's him.
Yep.
It's him because he's allowing Arteta to fucking behave like that. Because if he was any sort of owner, he'd be going into Arteta and going, What are you doing? What is going on? I said when we appointed, because I didn't want Arteta from the get-go, but when they appointed him, and because I knew he didn't have any management experience, it was around the time of lockdown. And we had no football. And I said Arsenal should make him do some online management courses.
I reckon Arsenal shouldn't have. I think Arsenal Football Club shouldn't be trying to hire a novice. I think Arsenal Football Club should have hired a fucking real manager.
Exactly.
Not an apprentice. And there's no, like, seriously, if they want to be serious, they've got to get serious. Like, and there's a comment there, like Manny said, that even Mourinho didn't have as many falling outs with players, and that's a fact. Like, seriously, yes, fucking facts. Assembled, I feel you, mate. I feel you. These guys in the comments are spot on. Look at this. Yep. And these guys, everybody in the fucking comments, big up, because every one of you guys are talking sense. Every one of you guys. Every one of you guys. It's what I like.
It's true. It's
true. That's why it's funny. It's true. It's so true. It's fucking so true, mate. Look, exactly. Louise, Willian, Ozil, Aubameyang are winners. They were. Louise didn't want to stick around. Willian came and flopped. Ozil look. Let's be honest with Ozil. He's fucked at Fenerbahce. He's been fucked for a long time. That guy. He lost. He hasn't wanted to play football for years, right? But Aubameyang is the kind of guy that you can. Aubameyang, I'm telling you, and not to toot my own horn, I reckon I could have fucking fixed that. It wouldn't even have been hard. It's literally a sit down, let's have a chat, let's try and sort things out. Seriously. It was just about making that connection and stop being an asshole. But instead, he wants to come across like he's king shit. For God's sake, Martinelli scores a fucking goal and he goes and hugs the physio. Not you, you prick. What is that telling you?
Exactly. And any company,
twice,
whatever line of business it is, right? I'm sure your company does it as well, mate. If there's a problem with the staff and the management can't deal with it, they're going to get in a fucking mediator.
Yeah.
To sort it out.
Yeah.
Particularly if the staff are good staff and they're good workers, they're going to want to get someone in to resolve the problem and do it professionally.
Well, that's where Edu has to come in. That's where Edu comes in and tries to sort this shit out. But Edu wouldn't know. Mate, Edu only understands fucking Rolex watches and fucking suits, mate. Oh, fuck Edu. He's too busy buying new cars. Worry about his fucking players.
And this is why the lack of experience and relevant, appropriate knowledge comes into play. Because none of them have got a Scooby what to do in this sort of situation.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And that's why it's costing Arsenal, the squad, the team, and the biggest ones that are losing are us. It's us. Us as fans are losing out every time.
So let's look at this guy, Aubameyang, right? We've been talking about him for a little while now, right? But I just wanted people to see the facts. Yeah. So this is his goal scoring record at Arsenal. I was gonna show his goal scoring record at Dortmund and the club where he was previous to that, but I just don't think it's particularly relevant. Because he banged goals when he was at Dortmund. It was just insane.
Yeah.
But look, goals per game. Under Arsene Wenger, he scored 0.77 goals per game, which is ridiculous. Right? Then under Unai Emery, he was scoring 0.61 and then 0.62 for the short period that Unai was here in 2019-20. Freddie, it was 0.6. Arteta comes in for the first bit of his reign when he took control of the club in 2019-20. It was 0.61. As soon as he signed that contract, it went down to 0.34. Then it was 0.29. So it was falling off dramatically.
Literally the brakes.
Yeah. And then goes to Barca, and it suddenly miraculously jumps up to 0.59 again.
Almost his bang on average.
Same story. Like if Thomas Tuchel, Jurgen Klopp, Arsene Wenger, Unai Emery, all these managers can get him scoring goals, how come Mikel Arteta can't? Do you know? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Well, it does, because I know what the problem is, but the club is allowing it to happen, and Kroenke is allowing it to happen, and that's where the buck has to stop.
Yeah,
he employed this clown to manage the team, and he's doing it really badly, in my opinion. For someone who is a novice, though, like you said earlier, he's probably doing a fairly decent job, but in terms of actual performance, it's not good.
It's not. You're right. It's not good enough. It is nowhere near good enough. No. But his capabilities, I can't blame the apprentice for fucking a job up if I've put him on a job. No. All I can do is if I need to manage him, I need to look at what he's doing. If I'm not going to do that, then I'm setting it up for a failure. And to be honest, it's going to be interesting times. I've got a feeling that this record is going to keep on spinning. That's my feeling with this fucker and the rest of them. You know what I mean? And
it will continue carrying on the way it has continued since he's been here. Why would he want to change it? It's working for him.
Oh yeah, fucking oath. His contract, his money, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
Shit.
The owner's fucking getting what he wants. Like the pounds, shillings, and pence, and dollars and cents are rolling in by the bucket load, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
You know, and I had a chat, like I said earlier, with this guy. I was on Del Boy Gunner TV's channel, and he had a phone in, and this guy who was on it, he goes and he's involved with this consultation group. The that the Cronkies have. And I said to him, he said to me, oh, yeah, I get accused of being negative and toxic. And I said to him, look, just next time they say that to you, just ask them this question. Why is it negative and toxic of me to want the best for this club? Because that's what I want. I want this club to be successful. And the way things are going at the moment, I can't see that's happening. Right? So you tell me why it is that I'm being negative and toxic if that's what I'm asking for. Because you can't answer that question. You can't.
You're not allowed to have ambition. If you have ambition, you're classified as negative and toxic. No. No, I want a challenge for the Premier League. I couldn't give a fuck about Champions League. I've said that before. I'll say it again. I'll say it for the next 50 years. Me, as an Arsenal fan, Aussie Gooner, all I want is Premier League. Premier League is what I want. Forever. Every fucking year I want to win the league. I couldn't care less if I would never win Champions League. Fuck that shit. I don't care. It's domestic. Domestic is what I want. We're not even challenging for that. Let's get into Champions League. We can't even challenge in the Premier League. Why the fuck are we going to go to Champions League if I can't even fucking compete in the Premier League? And then I'm supposed to be negative. You're going to be negative. We're calling a spade a spade. I'm the kind of guy who calls a spade a spade. I don't sit there, Arteta in, Arteta out. I'll give him credit when he does well. I'll hammer him when he does bad. I'm a straight down the line, straight shooter. Someone's playing well, it's playing well. I'm the only guy that was coming out and saying El Neni's a half-decent player. Well, how can you say that? You want to fucking go toe-to-toe with me? Trust me, you don't. You know what I mean? In comparison to the midfielders we have. But being ambitious as an Arsenal fan, that's a given. That's a given when the history of this club and what we are. Do you know what I mean? If you're not ambitious, then you're not an Arsenal fan. You can go over and you can hang out with Tottenham. Because those guys are never going to win a fucking trophy. And they don't even want to. They're just happy to be in the biggest competition in the world, but never fucking actually win it. Now, that's not what we're about. We're about competing to win. Unfortunately, our owners might not see eye to eye with us when it comes to that.
Exactly. And this that's there now, for me, Granit Xhaka, right, continually does madness and doesn't get pulled about it, right? This is an image of when he had some player from Burnley round the throat, right? Matteo Guendouzi does exactly the same for sticking up for his goalkeeper, by the way, that guy who's got by the throat. In my opinion, he deliberately tried to injure the fella, right? Some people will disagree with it. That's fine. I haven't got a problem with that. But the two players, for different reasons, had a player around the throat, grabbed a player around by the throat. One of them has been booted out of the club, right? He's now on the verge of getting in the French national team.
I think he is.
Yeah. And that to be able to get into that team's midfield is a major fucking achievement because that team is insane. It is. And then you got this clown, right? Granit Xhaka. I'm sorry, he's one of the worst midfielders I've ever seen at Arsenal. And I've been watching the bloody club since 1972. Right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just I just do not understand it.
It's hypocrisy is what you're saying.
Like stupid ass mistakes he makes. There was a game again, it was involving Burnley. I don't know if he's got an issue with Burnley or something, but he played a ball across the penalty area without even looking what he was doing, right? When I was at school, we got coached never, ever play the ball across your own penalty area. From the age of about 6 or 7, right? He's doing it as a fully grown man in like an elite, a supposed elite football club, right? He plays the ball across the penalty area and it goes straight to the opposition and bang, it's a goal. And we lose 2 points because of that. Do you know what I mean? And to me, it just fucking sums it all up. It's just a fucking joke, you know? But, and then there's this character.
Oh, fuck me with that shit, mate.
I talked with the manager, and he told me why he needed me for 3 years. It was first he wanted to qualify for the Champions League and win it by the time I left. Right?
Yeah, good luck
You
with that.
reckon the reason he was so shit in an Arsenal shirt was because he smelt there was something wrong at the club?
Yeah. And that's possibly that could have been it. I think once he got in there and he realised what it was all about, it just wasn't right for him, and so the energy just killed him. The other thing is, I think Willian had already gotten to the point of his career that it was all done and dusted, and he wasn't a player that we shouldn't have been using him to start. He should have been someone that we brought off the bench. But when it comes to inexperience, when it comes to freebies, yes, free transfer, let's get him. Arsenal can't wait for that, so they jumped on board. Chelsea reject. Chelsea were only going to offer him a 1-year deal. He didn't want it. He wanted more. Came in, big money contract that we're still paying for, and a green light to sit on his ass. And to be honest, he played one good game for Arsenal. One.
Yeah.
That was it. His first game.
Exactly. So he goes back to this character again. So then there's his experience. Aussie, how much time have you got, man?
I've probably got another 20 minutes.
Okay, mate. All right. So we've got this guy's inexperience. We've spoken about this a lot already today. He's responsible for it. Now, this about his tactical ineptitude, and it goes back to why he was appointed, because I believe, and I think Aussie agrees with me, that he doesn't want to. Kroenke doesn't want this club qualifying for the Champions League. So anything that he can do to stop that from happening, he's going to make sure it happens. So if he's got a coach that isn't tactically all that, he's going to be happy. No matter how good the squad is. I mean, the tactics, as far as I'm concerned, they're very defensive and they're quite negative. And the fact that he was a player under David Moyes, who has a reputation for being a negative coach, that's probably where he's picked it up from, right? Substitutions are baffling. I mean, the one that springs to mind to me is that Europa League semi-final at home.
Yeah.
Right? He takes off Aubameyang. We need a goal. He takes off Aubameyang. He's the club's leading goal scorer, and he brings Willian on. I mean, what's that all about? The guy hasn't scored a goal for months and months and months. And he takes off a guy who's like scoring more or less every other game. And I just don't get it. I don't know what he's trying to achieve. Then there was the first leg in Spain when he suddenly just decided to play with a false 9. We'd never ever done it before.
No, yeah. Let's give it a whirl, see what happens. And we'll do it here. It doesn't matter. Nothing to play for here. Nothing to see here, lads. Fucking hell. Look, you know what it is? Think of it this way. Mikel Arteta, when he's a goal down, he goes and throws the kitchen sink at teams and we still can't score. You know what I'm saying? So you throw every attacking player on the pitch and they still can't score. What does that tell you about what's been happening on the training ground? Every attacking player gets on the pitch and we can't score a goal. And we're not talking about Manchester City and Liverpool. We're talking about Newcastle here. You know what I mean? And we can't score against these guys. So I think tactically, yeah, he's flawed. Again, his inexperience is coming to bite him in the ass, but bite us in the ass. You throw all these attacking players on, they can't fucking score. They can't play together. It's as if they haven't played together on the pitch for donkeys. And to be perfectly honest, it's what you're going to get from a guy who hasn't managed the team on his own. He's thinking back to the days where Pep was doing this and Pep was doing that. He's trying to copy him. It's not fucking working. Play out from the back. You get pressed high. They put a high line. They press your players. Continue to play out from the back. Where Aaron Ramsdale is putting in passes that are fucking scary. Continue to play out from the back. Is there not another tactic? Is there not another tactic where he can sit there and say, guys, playing out from the back, high press, get our midfield to drag in a little bit, allow a short pass to go into the midfield over the top. You know what I mean? Play out from the back, but over the top. Nice short pass to the midfield, or boot it. But we don't do that.
Exactly, mate. And I find it absolutely baffling. And there's all this business as well on the touchline all the time. And
he's directing fucking air traffic. He's fucking all of us. So we're going to get a jumbo jet fucking just land at the Emirates. Fucking, oh, wait, we've got a fucking clear line, guys, because Mikel Arteta's doing these. Fucking me dead. Jesus.
Yeah. But I wondered whether it's because when he doesn't spend enough time working with the players to get them to understand what he wants them to do during the game. And so when the game's being played, he starts panicking and he's on the touchline trying to fucking orchestrate it all. Because I don't see any other managers standing there trying to land planes.
Well, mate, you know what? You'll see it from Conte. You'll see it a lot from Conte. You'll see it from Pep. You'll see it from these guys. But the thing is, Pep gets a result. Conte can get a result. Arteta, when he's doing it, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's fucking, he's miming Akadaka. I don't know what he's doing, but it doesn't make it. Yeah, Luis, Arteta's system is too defensive for an attacking players or an attack to work. Spot on. Spot on. The reason why it's like that, though, right? We're playing 4-2-3-1, right? Spursy, we play 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1, the way it works, right? It isn't actually very defensive, very offensive. The way a 4-2-3-1 works is overload. So if you're going to play down a wing, a right side or a left side, you then overload that right-hand side to expose it. So then you get 4 to 5 players attacking one area at the same time. The problem is when we play 4-2-3-1, we never use an overload. So there's no point for the 4-2-3-1. It's literally playing 4-2-3-1 like it's a 4-4-2. Throw it in, hoof it up, snap a ball into the box and pray. The way it works is overload, where you have a winger and a right back. Let's say right back and right back and right wing run forward, right? One overlaps the other. The attacking midfielder falls into position. The number 9 comes in as well. Look how many players I've just mentioned. You get what I'm saying? And as soon as that happens, that's an overload on that right-hand side. Yeah? And that's when you can start an attack. Now, one midfielder has to stay back. The CDM stays back to cover the right back. Yeah? And to cover the midfield a little bit, and that way they can put an attack together. When there's a counter-attack, all these players have to come back. It's a real hard formation to play. It's really tolling. But that's the way a 4-2-3-1 is supposed to be played, with overload. We don't do that, mate. So you're right. Very defensive. So if we're defensive, play 4-4-2 like I've been saying from the get-go.
Yeah, no, I don't play 4-1-4-1.
Fucking 4-1. Don't you fucking say 4-1-4-1 to me. 4-1-4-1. If I ever fucking see 4-1-4-1, oh my God, 4-1-4-1. Oh my God. Yeah, fucking. And he done it over and over again like a dumb cunt.
It's a madness. I just don't understand it. It's asking for trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that too. Like, you know what? He's spot on. So the thing is, another thing is our physios, our doctors, our regime, why are we getting players injured so quickly? And Liverpool are playing so many more games and they don't get injured players. It's because they got a better backroom staff than we do. They got better regimes than we do. All this comes back. All this comes back to our staff. And of course the tactics and our issues.
Yeah. And
fuck me, mate.
I've heard as well that there's an issue with the training ground. Apparently the pitches are really fucking hard. Like fucking like cement. Really, really badly hard. And it's causing a lot of injuries. But they don't seem to really doing anything about it. And I don't understand why that is. Because a number of people have come out complaining about those pitches. I think England went there before an international game. And there was an issue then as well. There was some complaints about it. But fuck, I don't know, man. It's
with the money that we're fucking, with the revenue that we bring into this fucking from this club, this motherfucker right here could fucking invest it in the right places. But no, he's too busy buying ranches and shit. Wait, I see one. What's this? Didn't Ranieri get sacked by Chelsea for trying new tactics in Europe? Differences between you know what? Ranieri got sacked from Chelsea, and he actually got him into some success. That's when Mourinho came in. Ranieri got sacked, and he didn't actually fail. I think Ranieri. Didn't he get him into Europe? I'm pretty sure Ranieri got Chelsea got him Champions League football, and Mourinho took it from the rest. This guy can't even get us Champions League football.
No,
shit.
Exactly. And see, the thing is, these people are coming. There's lots of people from different clubs. Like, for example, I've heard Pep doing it, coming out and bigging up Mikel Arteta, saying he's a great coach, he's a great manager. Why do you think he's doing that?
Because there's no competition.
Exactly. All the time that this man is at Arsenal, we're not a threat to them. So that's why he's doing it. He's doing it because
remember Fergie did it. Fergie did it with Arsene Wenger.
Yeah, exactly. With the club, the size that we are, and the financial clout we've got, if we had a serious manager suddenly come in, and the owner fucking suddenly woke up and started running the club properly, we would be a major fucking force in this country. We would, and in Europe as well. But all the time, we got this monkey in control. There is not a chance that's going to happen. So that's why they're doing it.
Facts. All the way through. Facts.
So, anyway, then obviously this is arrogant attitude as well. It's a major fucking issue.
Mikel, stop playing FIFA. Stop playing fucking FIFA, mate. Just because you're good at FIFA, that mean you can do it in real life, you fucking wank. Get out of here, mate. Relax yourself, just take it in slowly.
Exactly. I mean, it is just ridiculous. Now, this lot are a big problem as well because by continually backing everything the club is doing, buying the merch, turning up for games, making the most ridiculous excuses for the club and its management, it's not helping. It isn't.
No, it's not. And look, you want to buy merch? Buy merch. You want to go to the games? Go to the games. Go for it. Fuck the cronkies. Don't worry about them. Just again, if you're gonna go to the stadium, you're gonna watch games. The marketing machine that is Arsenal. If you want to damage it, if you want to hurt the cronkies, I need you guys to come out and start fucking screaming and yelling about our sponsors. Shame our sponsors. I want to start hearing fuck you Adidas in the fucking stadium. I want to hear fuck you anything. Whatever sponsor we have, I want you guys to fucking blatantly shame them with ugly chants. Because that's the only way we're gonna fucking do anything with the cronkies. Plain and simple. If the fans come in and damage Arsenal's marketability, right? Then we're gonna see change. But if we don't do that, if we still keep going to the game quiet, chanting bullshit, we're not going anywhere. If we start chanting fuck the Emirates, fuck bloody Adidas, or fuck whatever it may be, all our sponsors and our shirts, wear your shirts, buy your shirts, but fucking shame them on live TV, 20, 30,000. Our marketing machine that this guy's got goes in the fucking bin. And then you're holding the cronkies accountable. And then you're doing something. And then you can still go to the game and watch Arsenal. Yes, you can. You can go and buy the merch all you want. But at the same time, you're going to the fucking stadium and making a fucking difference. And it's the easiest thing in the world to start chanting. Very fucking easy. And I guarantee you, it's going to be very hard to get 20,000 people out of the Emirates. I don't think you've got enough stewards for that.
No, they haven't. And that will never happen. And
we'll have the balls to do it.
What is the solution? So obviously it all starts with the owner, and we need to get him out. We really do, because until we get a new owner, nothing's going to change. Then when we do get a new owner, the first thing I want to see happen for me is someone to come in and do a fucking proper root and branch investigation of what's gone on at this club, right? From the top to the bottom, right? Yeah. Sack the management team, sack Mikel Arteta, sack and overhaul the recruitment and the scouting team. Appoint a club ambassador or ambassadors like David O'Leary, Thierry Henry, people like that.
Dennis Bergkamp, fucking bring him in, mate.
Yeah, exactly. They go over, all over the place, bigging up the club and talking about the club. And then all this, business about spamming the club's social media accounts to demand action to improve the club, which they'd probably ignore. Stage walkouts at set times during the game. Like, say, for example, like 19th minute, because that 19 years it would be this year that we'd not won a league title, right? Which is a record, by the way.
Yeah. We're trying to catch up to Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah. But for me, this is the big thing. Attack Arsenal sponsors and partners. When I say attack, I don't mean physically attack. I mean go onto things like Trustpilot and Google reviews and give them negative feedback. And when it asks you why, they put in the comment because of the connection with Arsenal Football Club. You watch what happens if thousands of us do that. Just see what will happen. The club will do. They will not want their sponsors pulling out, bringing in all that and bad
the money is.
Yeah, exactly. Because it will hit them really hard. Because the only thing that Stanley Kroenke understands is the balance sheet, and when that starts getting affected, he will start acting. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he'll be acting. He'll be opening the right fucking mug, that one. That's when he's going to start talking. Oh, I better start saying something now. Problem is no one's fucking listening. You don't stop.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I think. What's your thoughts about it, Aussie Gooner?
Going out there digitally, yeah, it's a great idea as well. But I still reckon going out to the stadium, putting together a chant, and pick a sponsor for every game, every home game. Pick a sponsor. Just pick a sponsor. Watch the game, but pick a sponsor. Scream it out. I don't care what the fuck the chant is, as long as it's slander to the brand. I'm happy. You'll be happy too. It might take time, but it's easy. Imagine the easiest thing in the world is to go out there and chant "fuck Adidas." How hard is that? Just say it. You'd say "fuck you, Kroenke," or "fuck you, Arteta," right? Or "fuck," or "get rid of time to go." Fucking Arsene Wenger. We're all screaming and yelling that. Do it this way. It's not hard. What do you got to lose? Nothing. Everything to gain. Minimal effort. And you know what? If it works, everyone wins. If it doesn't, you don't lose nothing.
You don't even have to use offensive language to do it.
No.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Because you can go in there, make these negative chants about these sponsors, and it will still have the same impact.
Yeah. Bloody oath.
Because I can guarantee they will get to hear about it. And, as soon as it starts impacting them, they will then go to Arsenal and say, look, this is what's happening. You need to sort this out. They will. And, and as soon as that starts happening and it starts causing him a problem and the revenue streams start drying up, they're going to start asking questions.
And we're looking for answers too.
We've got some
decent comments there too, eh? We got a couple of decent comments in there. I think we got, what do we got there? See there, I'm sorry. I saw it from Spursy there. Buddy. Oh, big up, brother. Big up. There you go.
That one?
Yeah. Like to know Newcastle's running stats before January compared to recent stats. He wants to look at, he's comparing improvement. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. It'd be fucking drastic. It'd be fucking huge, mate. I'm telling you. And to be honest, I think all the boys in the comments are doing well. I mean, the assembled come in saying, "Well, I think Arsenal are overtrained. I think Arsenal are overtrained. All players' best work is left on the training ground." You know what? To be honest, mate, overtraining and only playing one game a week. I don't know, mate. You know what I mean? Oh, g'day, buddy. And the last one from Spursy. This is a good one. The Man United Not a Penny More campaign is a good template for anti-American billionaire owner. Yeah. Yes, sir, buddy. But I'm telling you now, if we want to make a difference, we got to band together, grab the Arteta out, grab the Arteta in, chuck it in the bin. Yeah? Leave it right there. Band together and start fucking picking up a fucking brand of fuck. That's about it. Yeah. And that is going to get you, that'll get you your Arteta out. That'll get you your Kroenke out. And the Arteta in guys is going to get you some success because all you want is success anyway, right? Everyone wins. Everyone wins in the end.
Exactly.
I'm telling you. And me and Warren can sit here, and you know what we'll be doing? We'll be having a great time talking about success and how good we're doing, smiles, laughs. I mean, we'll be drunk. It'll be good drunk because we could say anything because we'll be winning.
Exactly.
We won't be down.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you look at it, if clowns are employed and they do a clown job, who is to blame? The clowns or the clown who employed the clowns?
It's a circus, mate.
Dude, it's true though. I heard you say something similar to that the other day, and I thought that for me just sums it all up.
Yeah. Look, you know what? That's a spot on analogy, right? We can't blame him for being a fuckwit. He was a fuckwit, but hired by another fuckwit. That's what it is. It's a group of fuckwits. But you know what's hilarious, right? You're saying clowns and this and that. You know we got that new song, right? That new song that everyone's singing at the Emirates now because we're trying to be Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if we changed that and it just started going.
Oh, mate. Oh, no. Oh, no. It would just be unbelievable, wouldn't it? So, yeah, there you go.
It'd be fitting.
Yeah, exactly, mate. So, look, obviously, I think I've kept you long enough, mate, but thank you so much for coming on and having your say about this and helping me do this. Listen, everyone, please, please, please make sure you go and subscribe to Aussie Gooner's YouTube channel. He does great reviews and previews. The way he lays things out is absolutely superb. He also has this thing called the Aussie Yarn, which I think he's got one coming up soon, where they sit there, a group of lads sit around, chew the fat and talk about what's going on with the game, particularly to do with Arsenal. And he's got a great, great channel. He has some great guests on there. And, yeah, if you won't be disappointed if you go and check his channel out, I can guarantee you, because he's great, great stuff. So thanks very much for coming on, man. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, mate, it's an absolute pleasure, Warren. It's an absolute pleasure. The one thing about YouTube is I've been very lucky to meet a lot of great people, and you are definitely one of them, mate. Definitely one of them. I mean, we go back and forth on Instagram and chat, and I really appreciate the kind words as well, mate. Like, big up yourself, seriously, mate. You're an absolute legend, Warren. You're all heart, mate. Seriously, mate, you are.
Thank you, mate. Well, listen, everyone. Thanks very much for tuning in and watching us today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and yeah, please let's just focus our anger and attention on the owner, and because until we get him out, things aren't going to improve. They're not. That's my opinion. Other people might disagree with me, but I think that's the way forward. I really do. If I didn't believe that, if I had any doubt in my head that was the case, then I wouldn't say it. I just wouldn't.
Look,
because I think I'd be wasting my breath, and I don't want to be wasting my breath.
Look, Warren, you know what? And to everyone in the chat, right? Guys, listen to this, right? Feel us on this. Del Boy, I think Spursy, you guys are in there too. I'm seeing your comments too, yeah? And Spursy, fuck, man, that last one, that's a big-ass comment there. Del Boy, yeah, fucking oath. I wish I could do business like the fucking Cronkies. But what I'm saying is, see, me and Warren right now, if I want right now, look, Arteta out and Arteta in is trending, okay? With the algorithm on YouTube, you know what I could do? All I have to do is put the right hashtags in and all that shit, right? The right crap, and I'll get 1 million fucking views on that shit. You know what I don't do? I do not put that. It's bullshit. I don't talk about Arteta in and Arteta out. I don't talk about it because there's no point. I don't want to chat about it. There's no point talking about it because we can't control it, right? We could sit here and do Arteta in, Arteta out all day, but it would be pointless because we both know that doesn't matter. Even if we get him out, the person that's coming in is not going to be I'm saying as good. He's not going to be much better. You know what I mean? So when we sit down and we chat about dollars, cents, the Cronkies and this and that, it's not about we're trying to start a new trend. We're literally throwing facts out there. Guys, the easiest place to look for this, as Warren did, jump on Forbes. It's an easy one. Have a look. Do the maths. And you tell us. You tell us. We're not going to tell you. You tell us if that doesn't look fucked up. That's all.
Exactly. So, like I say, thanks very much, Aussie. I really, really do appreciate it. Listen, everyone, hope you have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. Thanks for joining us today. And I'll look forward to seeing you all again soon. Please hop over and see Aussie Gooner. When's your next show coming out, mate?
I'll be recording a show, another yarn. We'll be recording it 12 o'clock Saturday morning, or Arvo, whatever you want to call it. It'll be Kenny Ken. It'll be a mate of mine, Scott Borg. It'll be myself, and it'll also be. Shall I say surprise guest? Oh, shall I say surprise guest? What do you reckon? No, I want to say surprise guest. I want to say surprise guest.
But you got a surprise guest. That'll be enough.
Yeah, it's first time. Yeah. First female guest ever. So there. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. Well, that'd be great. So yeah, go and check it out. That's coming very, very soon. And it'll be great. The Yarn's a great show. It really is. It is fantastic. So, guys, thanks very much, like I said. And take care of yourselves. Make sure you look after yourselves and all your loved ones and everything else. And please remember, keep talking and share some love and kindness around the world. And we'll see you all again soon. Take care, everyone. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.